14 trophies in 4 years at Barcelona, 7 league titles across 3 different countries, 2 historic trebles. The numbers behind Pep Guardiola's career are staggering, but they only tell half the story. Behind these achievements stands a man who transformed the clubs he managed and revolutionized football globally. What drives someone to such extraordinary heights? From his formative days as Cruyff's on-field general to becoming the architect of some of the greatest teams in modern history. We'll explore how a thoughtful Catalan midfielder evolved into a tactical genius. This is the story of Guardiola's journey and how his philosophy fundamentally changed how the beautiful game is played. The making of a midfield maestro. Before Pep Guardiola became the revolutionary tactician we know today, his journey began at just 13 years old when he left the gymnastic de Manresa to join Barcelona's famed La Masia academy. This skinny, unassuming teenager showed few physical attributes that would suggest future greatness, but what he lacked in strength and pace, he compensated for with extraordinary mind for the game. For 6 formative years, young Guardiola absorbed the Barcelona philosophy like a sponge, immersing himself in an environment that prioritised technical ability and positional awareness over physical prowess. The foundation would prove crucial to his development, as he would work tirelessly to overcome his limitations through superior tactical understanding and technical refinement. The pivotal moment in Guardiola's development came through an encounter with Johan Cruyff. During Guardiola's first week at the club, Cruyff made an unannounced visit to watch Barcelona B play. Like a master sculptor seeing potential in raw marble, Cruyff immediately recognised something special in the young midfielder. He approached youth team manager Charlie Rechach with specific instructions. Move Guardiola from the right side to a central pivot position, a deep-lying playmaker role rarely utilised in Spanish football at the time. This strategic repositioning proved to be a masterstroke. In this central role, Guardiola's exceptional vision, passing range and game intelligence flourished, qualities that would later define his coaching philosophy. He found his true calling in a position that demanded technical excellence and a profound understanding of spatial relationships and game tempo. As part of Cruyff's legendary Dream Team from 1990 to 1994, Guardiola became the on-field orchestra of Barcelona's attacks. His debut against Cadiz in 1990 marked the beginning of an era where he served as Cruyff's tactical extension on the pitch. From his deep position, he controlled possession, dictated tempo, and provided the defensive shield that allowed more advanced plays to flourish. The Dream Team's achievements were remarkable: 4 consecutive La Liga titles from 1991 to 1994 and a European Cup triumph in 1992. Italian magazine Guerra Sportivo recognised his talent, naming him the finest player in the world under 21. This period became the laboratory where Guardiola's footballing intellect was truly forged. His leadership qualities developed throughout the 1990s, culminating in his captaincy of Barcelona from 1997 until 2001. As captain, Guardiola embodied the club's playing philosophy, leading through tactical acumen and unwavering commitment to possession-based style. Guardiola's impact extended beyond his achievements, becoming the reference point for Barcelona's next generation. Xavi, Andres Iniesta, and Cesc Fabregas all cited him as their role model. His legacy created a lineage of tactically astute midfielders who shared his vision of football. What made Guardiola exceptional was his transformation of perceived weaknesses into strengths. His positioning was impeccable, his passing precise, and his spatial awareness unmatched, principles that would define his revolutionary coaching approach. Cruyff's disciple, the philosophical foundation. The relationship between Guardiola and Johan Cruyff transcended the typical player-coach dynamic. What began on that Barcelona training pitch wasn't merely tactical instruction, but a philosophical apprenticeship that would fundamentally reshape modern football. When Cruyff famously told Guardiola, "You're slower than my grandmother, but you have a brain," he was identifying the intellectual vessel who would eventually transform his ideas into something entirely new. This seemingly harsh assessment revealed Cruyff's exceptional vision. While other managers valued physical prowess, Cruyff prioritised cognitive ability, seeing in Guardiola a mind that could comprehend and eventually expand football's tactical boundaries. Their connection was cerebral from the start, built on shared values about how football should be played. In private conversations after training sessions, Cruyff imparted his understanding of space, time and possibility on a football pitch, teaching Guardiola to read the game like a chess master, anticipating moves far in advance. Cruyff's total football philosophy became Guardiola's intellectual inheritance. He absorbed its fundamental elements, the sacred value of possession as both defensive and offensive weapon, the fluid positional interchanges that confused opponents, and the impressive pressing that began from the front. Guardiola interrogated these ideas, challenged them, and gradually synthesized them with his own experiences. When critics questioned whether a player of Guardiola's physical stature belonged at Barcelona's level, Cruyff became his vocal defender. Cruyff was defending a vision of football where intelligence could triumph over brute force, where spatial awareness and decision-making reigned supreme. Guardiola's analytical approach manifested in his obsessive study of the game. This methodical mindset, the foundation of his later coaching brilliance, was cultivated under Cruyff's guidance, but expanded through his own initiative. The tactical concepts that would later define his coaching identity were being processed years before he stepped into a technical area. Guardiola's education continued under Bobby Robson and Louis van Gaal after Cruyff's departure. Robson's pragmatic English approach and Van Gaal's structured Dutch methodology provided contrasting frameworks that complemented the Cruyffian foundation. Rather than seeing these as contradictions, Guardiola identified elements that enhanced his evolving philosophy. Later, Guardiola would adapt specific Cruyffian principles in revolutionary ways. He maintained the 4-3-3 formation, but innovated with the false nine concept. Cruyff's faith in academy talent became Guardiola's commitment to La Masia graduates. The aggressive high defensive line evolved into sophisticated pressing systems. Before taking the Barcelona B coaching position, Guardiola's sabbatical year allowed him to process his tactical education and formulate his unique approach. Away from competition's pressures, he could adapt Cruyff's principles for contemporary challenges. The result was a sophisticated evolution. Guardiola modernised fundamental Cruyffian concepts, addressing weaknesses, enhancing strengths, and incorporating elements from other tactical schools, the mark of a true philosophical disciple rather than a mere imitator. From captain to commander, the leadership transition. The tactical brilliance we associate with Guardiola didn't begin on the touchline, it was hiding in plain sight during his playing days, when he was already coaching matches from within them. While most captains primarily motivate or organise, Guardiola's 4-year captaincy at Barcelona from 1997 to 2001 revealed something far more significant, an on-field tactician who could read the game like few others. After returning from a calf injury, Guardiola became the captain under Louis van Gaal, transforming the role into a leadership position that would shape his future coaching identity. He excelled at conflict resolution, mediating disputes between players and creating harmony in a dressing room filled with different personalities. His effectiveness stemmed from representing team interests to management, while maintaining respect from both sides, a diplomatic balance between player needs and institutional demands that became central to his managerial approach later. His agent, Jose Maria Robit, observed in 2001 that Guardiola was the best in the world at dictating tempo and rhythm in play, demonstrating his understanding of game management beyond technical ability. Guardiola's journey through Italy, Qatar and Mexico expanded his tactical knowledge significantly. At Brescia and Roma, he absorbed that Serie A's defensive sophistication, markedly different from La Liga's possession-based approach. This Italian education influenced his defensive organisation as a coach. In Qatar with Al Ali and Mexico with Gerardos, he gained crucial tactical perspectives, particularly under Juan Manuel Lillo, whose ideas shaped Guardiola's positional play philosophy. These diverse experiences created a global football viewpoint that allowed him to synthesize varied approaches into something uniquely effective. Throughout his playing career, Guardiola naturally assumed teaching roles. Teammates remember him organising impromptu training drills and offering tactical insights to younger players. Behaviours stemming from his desire to improve collective performance. His communication style on the pitch established the foundation for his later ability to convey complex tactical concepts clearly. As a deep-lying playmaker dictating play, Guardiola communicated tactical adjustments to teammates in real time, experience that proved invaluable when he became a coach. His influence extended beyond immediate teammates. Young academy players like Xavi, Iniesta and Fabregas admired his intellectual approach to the game. Creating a lineage of football intelligence, match footage from his playing days shows Guardiola coaching on the field, repositioning teammates, adjusting pressing triggers and controlling game tempo based on score and time. These weren't instinctive reactions but calculated decisions from someone constantly analysing the game's strategic elements, foreshadowing the tactical mastermind he would become on the touchline. The transformation of Pep Guardiola from player to coaching mastermind represents a profound leadership journey rarely seen in football. His apprenticeship under Johan Cruyff was revolutionary for his understanding of football's tactical landscape. Great leaders emerge from experiences as disciples first, absorbing knowledge before reshaping it into something uniquely their own. Guardiola's playing days provided a laboratory where he tested ideas that would later define his managerial philosophy. As we explore his unprecedented touchline success, remember that each innovation springs from a midfielder who saw possibilities where others saw limitations. How will his legacy transform the next generation of football visionaries?